Saturdays 8 till 2. Call 704-865-8024. Car Fair Auto Sales, 1320 on the Bessemer City Road in Gastonia.
Watch and listen to Bessemer City Yellow Jacket Sports on KTCBroadcasting.com and WCSL 1590 AM.
Great food at affordable prices at Hillbilly's Barbecue and Steaks in Gastonia and Lowell. At lunch, you can get chopped steak and one side for $5.99. Select from pork or beef barbecue, or get a quarter chicken leg and thigh and one side for $4.99. Select from a wide variety of sides, including new items, collard greens, macaroni and cheese, green beans, homemade mashed potatoes, and gravy. At Hillbilly's Barbecue and Steaks, East Garrison Boulevard in Gastonia, and off I-85 at McAdenville Road in Lowell. Online at hillbillysbarbecueandsteaks.com.
Since 1934, that's right, 1934, Watson Insurance Agency has been providing the people of our area with the best possible combination of insurance, risk management techniques, and personalized service in the most efficient manner possible. And today that tradition continues. Watson Insurance is one of the largest independently owned brokers in the Southeast, representing over 30 of the largest and financially sound insurance carriers today. Before you buy, get a quote with offices in Gastonia, Lincoln, and Belmont and Lake Wylie. Find out more at WatsonInsurance.com.
Watch and listen to Hunter Husky Sports on KTCBroadcast.com and WCSL 1590 AM.
For over 40 years, Roland Black Heating and Cooling in Gastonia has been serving this area with the finest heating and cooling systems, featuring your comfort specialists trained. Roland Black Heating and Cooling provides expert residential and commercial products and services. Their team of certified technicians will exceed your expectations, and they are always available for a free estimate for your home or business. And visit the new location, 501 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Remember, it's hard to stop a train.
Watch and listen to Highland Tech Rams Sports on KTCBroadcasting.com and WCSL 1590 AM.com.
Get the cutting edge and the commercial grade with the new Kubota Z700 Series Commercial Z-Turn Mower from Parker Farm Service. It beats everything in its class for durability, precision, and value with its low center of gravity, adding stability and speed, plus quick access maintenance points too. Schedule an on-site demonstration today. Call Parker Farm Service 704-482-7061 or visit the showroom at 126 Bessie Drive at the Oak Grove Road, Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain, or go to Kubota.com. From soak to spin, the Whirlpool Duet Washer and Dryer Pair from Hendrick Appliance in Shelby and Gastonia are designed with features that do more, so you have to do less. With advanced features that sense and adapt to provide the perfect clean automatically. Your clothes will never look newer, and laundry day will look a whole lot easier. See them today at your nearest Hendrick Appliance, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby and 4027 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia.
Watch and listen to Stuart Cramer Storm Sports on KTCBroadcasting.com and WCSL 1590 AM.com.
All right, welcome back here to Stuart Cramer High School. We're about to get set for the third quarter. Halftime teams have come out now to get going here in the third quarter. Derek Smith, Dan Howell, Carson Dockery, KTCBroadcasting.com, Gaston County Game of the Week, 19-0. Ashbrook on top of the Storm and Stuart Cramer High School. That's a look at your Hendrick Appliance scoreboard. So as we start this third quarter, the Green Wave will kick it off to the Storm, and the Storm looking to get some offensive production going if they're going to get back into this ball game here tonight in what is really the first week of conference play. And again, they find themselves in a hole, 19-0. And they'll need to start things off right on this offensive possession. So ball teed up on the 40-yard line. The big old number 77, Flottenberry, going to kick it off. It's somewhat of a short kick, picked up at the 20. Return across the 25, now the 20, almost got away, got across that 25, then the 30, and it looked like he needed a couple more steps to get free. Return on that for Stuart Cramer, pretty quick kid, Darnell Johnson. And that ball is going to be spotted on the 35-yard line. As we start this third quarter here from Stuart Cramer, they'll get the football, like I said here, first down and 10 for them from their own 35-yard line. So here we go. In the shotgun goes the quarterback, sophomore quarterback, Rockamore. They've been changing back and forth all night between Rockamore and Oxendine. Here's a sophomore Rockamore. His pass intended out there and incomplete for Wade McLean, who was cutting across the middle. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 now for Stuart Cramer. It was a nice crowd on hand as we started this one tonight, but some heavy rains really came in toward the end of that middle and into that second quarter. I thought some folks went and took somewhat of a shelter at halftime, and now as we start this third quarter, there seems to be less of a crowd out here than there was to start this game tonight, so maybe some folks have gone home. Here's a handoff, trying to battle back to that 35-yard line, but not going to get much. On the carry was Carson Setzer. That's going to bring up a third down now. That run really back to the original line of scrimmage, so not much going there. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10. For Stuart Cramer as they trail in this game 19-0. They really need to get something going here on offense. Rockamore in that shotgun. You got Deuces up top and down low. One man in the backfield going to block, and Rockamore is going to get destroyed back there in the backfield. And coming in there on that hard surge right up the gut for Ashbrook. We've been calling his name quite often tonight on defense is Demarius Hall. And you can put his name in the hat for Defensive Player of the Game so far tonight, brought to you by West End Sales in Vail.
Well, you know, you mentioned their offense about 240 yards a game, which is not a tremendous amount of offense. 173 total yards in the opening win against Cherryville, which, you know, seems hard to believe that you only score 100 and have 173 yards of total offense and win that game. But if I'm reading this statistic, that is correct.
So a decent punt, but returned and then ran out of bounds. Was Jeff Glenn.
That just doesn't seem right there, Daniel. That does not seem right. I have to go back and look at that.
So this has somewhat been the theme all night is Ashbrook keeps Stuart Cramer at bay field position-wise, forces punts, and then takes advantage of the field position themselves. Let's see if they can score here after scoring toward the end of the half before halftime. Here's a handoff underneath after a fake handoff on the man in motion there. And that one goes, you know, for a few yards right up the middle. Runner there was Kristen Bell. You know, they've got a good running back committee here, does Ashbrook. A couple guys back there they can go to. Some really nice balanced guys with some speed. I really like the way this Christian Bell runs the football. Let's see here. 2nd down now and about 7. Shotgun goes to Christian Bell. He looks to go around the corner, cuts it up the middle. Nice looking run by Christian Bell for a 1st down close to the 35-yard line.
He runs well between the tackles, doesn't he, middle of the field. I mean, he's not a guy that needs to go around the side. He seems to have good vision, you know, working in between the hashes, so to speak, and has done a good job of getting some productive yards there in the middle of the defense. Kind of a slasher, a little bit of power. He's got some quickness and speed, and I like the green cleats he's wearing.
That's why they call them the greenies.
The Ashbrook
Green Wave, back to pass. Here's a pass, almost intercepted.
Yeah, good defense.
A pass intended for Thomas Smith, but it was deflected out there by Stuart Cramer.
Corey Stowe out there on the defensive play. Knocked it away at the last second.
Good play by Stowe. That's going to bring up a second down now for the Green Wave. Little screen pass there. Caught. A lot of yards after the catch. Almost there for another first down. DeAndre Givens.
Down to the 23-yard line. And, you know, if 19-0 wasn't out of reach for Stuart Cramer, one more touchdown certainly will be out of reach for Stuart Cramer. I mean, they've showed no semblance of offense at all tonight, getting anything going, and, you know, short of just Ashbrook dropping the ball, laying it on the ground. Seemingly an easy win for the Greenies here tonight in what I thought would be a little bit better game competitively.
Roll out to the right. Catch is made. Staying on his feet out there, battling for the first down, and he got it. Inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. What a catch and run, dragging defenders to get that first down. That went out there to Glenn. Jeff Glenn.
You know, but leaving this game tonight, it kind of makes you reevaluate both these teams, I think. I mean, coming in, I felt like Stuart Cramer might be, you know, a little better than what we all thought, and thought Ashbrook might not be quite as good as we thought, but I think you have to kind of reverse that now and say, well, Ashbrook, you know, 2-2 coming out of the regular season into the conference now with a win. Touchdown for Bell.
He came up a little short.
Yeah, 1-yard line, knocked out of bounds. Got beat by Davidson Day. You know, Davidson Day is one of the top private school programs in the state. Of course, Will Greer, his dad's the coach up there, the Florida quarterback. Crest, we know what Crest has got. They're going to likely play for a state championship unless something crazy happens. Q Foundation, you know, we know what Q Foundation is all about. And then beat Winston-Salem Parkland pretty good last weekend. Bell got in there. That is his third 1-yard touchdown of the night.
So Bell totes it again, as you said, Derek, for another touchdown. Make it 25-0. And things are beginning to get a little tough, I would imagine, for Stuart Cramer.
Here's the big lineman going to kick it away, as we mentioned. Tyson Fortenberry, 6'4", 290 pounds, straight-on kicker. This guy's not a kicker, but he's going to try to kick it.
And we have flag. Offsides against Stuart Cramer.
I'm just surprised that with the soccer program at Ashbrook High School, they could not have found somebody to go out there and kick the football. I mean, yeah, normally if you're the football coach, you don't ask. You just say, you practice tomorrow, you're my field goal kicker, you know.
And there's the kick.
And it is no good.
It is no good. So we'll stay at 25-0 right here from Stuart Cramer High School. Ashbrook on top of the Storm. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. You're listening to high school football right here on ktcbroadcasting.com. This is the Gaston County Game of the Week.
Introducing the ultimate work all ATV, the all-new Kodiak 700s at Full Throttle Power Sports. The Kodiak 700s deliver big bore performance at a mid-bore price, starting under $7,000 with class-leading power, ultramatic transmission, rear-sealed wet brake, and more. The Kodiak 700 is unbeatable. Visit Full Throttle Power Sports today. Yamaha ATVs, real world tough. Full Throttle Power Sports, exit 22 off I-85 at 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com. Crossroads Ford in Shelby wants to say thank you for your business. And because of it, Crossroads Ford has sustained the largest regional growth with Ford. There's got to be a reason. And because of this growth, Crossroads Ford in Shelby has been allocated an additional 70 more vehicles, giving them the largest inventory ever. And with every car sold this month, Crossroads Ford is donating money for the Clifford Army Animal Rescue. Ask about 0% financing for up to 72 months at Crossroads Ford. 1775 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. And don't forget about the next Crossroad Ford Auto Belt Show coming up on Saturday, August 22nd.
Watch and listen to South Point Red Raider Sports.
All right, on the kickoff to Stuart Cramer was returned by Corey Stowe, who really picked it up from about the 16-yard line and returned it up to the 21, and that's where Stuart Cramer will start on their second possession here in quarter number 3. They trail 25-0 on your Hendrick Appliance scoreboard.
Not many scores. West Caldwell 23, Newton Conover 16, Shelby 21, Kings Mountain 14. Starmount leads Elkin 30-7 tonight. Huff 21, Hopewell nothing after 3 quarters of play in Charmeck this evening. Mallard Creek 28, West Charlotte 0 tonight.
So 2nd down and 12 after a 2-yard loss there by Stuart Cramer. And so no positive offensive yards tonight for Stuart Cramer so far.
New Gaston Gazette sports editor Jack Flagler making his first appearance at a high school football game. Welcome him to the Gaston County sports community. Taking over for Phil Gardner. Says no positive offensive yards for the Storm tonight.
There goes a handoff that gets it almost back to the original line of scrimmage.
He had desk duty last Friday night, so he's making his first Friday night appearance in Gaston County tonight.
Demarius Hall on the tackle for Ashbrook on that play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Clock runs under 6 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. And the green wave jumped off, so it's going to go to 3rd and 5, it looks like.
So I guess if we just look at tonight's schedule, we just kind of fast forward everything from tonight except our game to Monday. East Gaston at South Point, Hunter Huss at North Gaston, Homecoming in Dallas, and Lake Norman Charter at Forest View. Those games to be played Monday night in the Big South 2A, 3A Conference. East Gaston was off this week. No, check that. East Gaston is at South Point Monday night. I don't know what I meant by that.
Shotgun, Rockamore, complete.
That may be the longest gain of the night. 10-yard pass. Fumble, and does Ashbrook have the football after the completed pass?
Scott Moore was one that caught that.
Or, yes, I believe so, Daniel.
So Scott Moore on the catch.
Maybe the longest play from scrimmage tonight, and then a fumble.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Tough break for Stuart Cramer.
Yeah, Moore caught it and looked like he wanted to turn and go upfield and then just fumbled the football, and the green wave will get it back. That is unfortunate for Stuart Cramer, as they are trying to do everything to get right back into this ball game tonight. So in the shotgun on the offense again is Robs, and he's sacked. Yeah, big time.
Adam Hannibal, a sophomore, 5'9", 225-pound defensive tackle, came flying in there, untouched. Knocked the quarterback back for about a 9-yard loss on the play to the 45-yard line. 2nd down, 19 to go for Ashbrook with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter of play. They lead the Storm 25-0. And somewhat of a damp Friday night, but not a bad Friday night. Just a little damp. Incomplete pass out in the flat, intended for Zeandre Gibbons from Jabriz Robs. Brings up 3rd down and 19. So next Friday night, a lot of these teams will have 2 games next week, Monday and then the following Friday, a couple days later, East Gaston at Lake Norman Charter, North Gaston at Ashbrook. That's our KTC Broadcasting Gaston County Game of the Week next week. South Point at Huss and Stuart Cramer at Forest View next week. Rob's back to pass, throwing across the middle, caught for a first down and some more, and that is going to be a touchdown, Daniel.
Yeah,
I went to Thomas Smith, I think, number 5.
Yeah, very speedy, 5'6", 140 pounds, and not big, but when he gets the football and he had some space, he's gone, and that's what happened there.
49 yards.
Into the end zone.
45 yards.
Just really, really quick there. Got him as definitely wide receiver. 31-0 now. Ashbrook on top of Stuart Cramer. Big boy will try to kick this field goal again. Snap, hold down, kick is up. That kick is good.
Wow.
32-0 Ashbrook all over Stuart Cramer. Will take another break. This is high school football right here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
On KTCBroadcast.com and WCSL1590AM.com.
Your dependable independent neighborhood pharmacy in Stanley is Allen Drug Store in downtown Stanley. And now flu shots are available. Come on in now and get your flu shot before flu season hits. You'll get fast, friendly hometown service at Allen Drug Store in Stanley. And delivery is available too. Allen Drug Store, your dependable independent neighborhood pharmacy, serving your pharmaceutical needs. Located on Main Street in downtown Stanley next to the Woodshed. And delivery is available too from Allen Drug Store. When you get into a jam with a plumbing problem, call Champion Plumbing Contractors in Gastonia. They feature 24-hour service for all of your emergency problem needs. Just call 704-729-4801. From residential to commercial, Champion Plumbing Contractors will be there for you. They also do remodeling and new construction. Come by and visit the new offices located at 612 South Chestnut Street in Gastonia, right across from Lineberger Park. To be a champion, call the professionals at Champion Plumbing Contractors, 704-729-4801. Gaston Pickers and Mad Hatters in Gastonia are sponsoring the Downtown Gastonia Antique Fall Festival, Saturday, October 3rd from 1 to 8 p.m. There will be antique vendors, homemade jams and jellies, an old-fashioned cakewalk, and more. Plus, there will be a zombie food drive for bread. Vendor spots are available, just $20 for a 10x10 spot. For more information, contact Tanya or Diane at Gaston Pickers, 704-852-7055, or drop by the store at 503 East Long Avenue in Gastonia. You may find something you can't live without at the Gaston Pickers.
This year it was coach's agreement at 42. Now it's mandated. They got no choice.
We are back after the kickoff there after the touchdown by Ashbrook. It actually rolled out of bounds around the 12-yard line, so Stuart Cramer will take that and get it. Looks like it's going to be spotted up around the 35-yard line is where they'll get that. 1st and 10 for Stuart Cramer, so Rockamore's still in there at quarterback, who's played most of this game at quarterback. So we'll see him go back to work here on a quarterback keeper, and he's not going to get it out the edge there.
No protection at all. Ashbrook's got 3 men down now back behind.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Wow.
We got 3 guys down. I mean, when do you ever see that in one play? Good shot by Carson Dockery upstairs to zoom in on that. Now one of them hops up, but he's limping. That is Cameron Lowry, a linebacker. He's walking off the field. Now the other 2 are up. One might have been Thomas Smith playing some defense. No, it wasn't Thomas Smith. That was Ontario Sadler.
So they'll walk it off.
Yeah. But just no protection up front tonight for Rockamore or Oxendine. The quarterbacks for Stuart Cramer. And he If you don't get much protection, it's kind of tough to do anything offensively. So let's give Ashbrook's defense some credit up front for really wreaking havoc.
Almost picked off.
Yep, was in his bread basket and bounced right off the shoulder pads.
Jeff Glenn playing both ways, having a good game tonight, offensively and defensively. Another Ashbrook player down.
You know, Glenn's a guy we've seen play some quarterback at Ashbrook over the years when he's had to. I don't think that was really where he was meant to be, but certainly he's filled in and has played some quarterback for him as a man goes down. I was mentioning next week's games, Daniel. Monday's games, East Gaston at South Point, Huss at North Gaston, Lake Norman Charter at Forest View. And then next Friday night we have East Gaston at Lake Norman Charter, North Gaston at Ashbrook, which is our game, South Point at Huss, and Cramer at Forest View. So it doesn't get any easier, certainly for the Cramer Storm against the Forest View team that has kind of struggled this year a little bit. Only one win coming into conference play beginning this weekend. And a tough Lake Norman Charter team. That'll be no easy game for them on Monday night. But they're having a hard time finding anything to complement Mo Neal.
Mm-hmm.
And don't know if you heard, you asked about Robert Washington. He has been cleared by the High School Association, but he's got to compete in 8 practices before he's eligible. So he will not be eligible for Monday night's game, but he will be available next week against Lake Norman Charter.
Yeah, so I was going to say, moving that game to Monday, did that give them any advantage?
Did not give them an advantage. No, it did not. He won't get his 8 in. He has recently decommitted from Syracuse, by the way, according to the Gazette.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what he can do the rest of this season.
Well, you got to think, as good as that team is right now, he makes them only better. And they've got a pretty good passing attack. I watched them torch Lincoln with the passing game after the Forest View game we got postponed that night. I went up there and watched the second half. And they've got a great passing attack up there. You complement that with a running attack with this guy. They've got a chance to, at least be runner-up or maybe tie somebody. I think, if they could upset South Point without Washington Monday night, get the head-to-head over the Red Raiders, they could be in line to win the outright conference championship. Should they run the table?
3rd down for Stuart Cramer here.
Because I don't see this league as ultra-competitive this year.
Pump fake Stuart Cramer's Rockamore. He'll throw one up for grabs, and that's incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Really threw that in double coverage there, but that'll bring up 4th down. We'll see if they kick or go for it here.
Outside of South Point, do you see anybody that looks really ultra-strong in this league right now?
No, I do not. No, I really do not.
I think the league as a whole is down this year.
Yeah,
and if South Point is your best team at 2-2, and again they played a tough schedule, I get that. But who's the second best team in the league right now? I think it's East Gaston. And certainly East Gaston going forward with Robert Washington.
Here's a nice punt by Stuart Cramer. That's going to fall. And that hit somebody for Ashbrook? Let's see.
I don't think so. No indication from the officials.
That took a really bad bounce for Stuart Cramer. It bounced all the way back up to the 40 after landing about the 32.
The one thing that East Gaston has going for them Monday night against South Point is their passing attack, and the fact that, as you and I have seen over the years, the South Point passing defense struggles. They have a hard time with teams that can pass it and pass it well and know how to pass. And that could really give the Red Raiders trouble on Monday night, is a passing attack. I'm going to be interested to see what happens in that game on Monday night. I'm going to try to see if I can follow that game via Twitter. And what would that address be?
At Jay Flagler.
Jay Flagler. Gaston Gazette sports editor at Jay Flagler will be out there Monday night for Black Friday. Gets his first experience of Black Friday on a Monday. I think we did a Black Friday on a Monday night one time, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did. Here's a handoff for Ashbrook. As they get the football back, they'll hand it off there to Terrell Hager, who goes around that right side. That'll bring up second down. We've done a lot of games on Monday night, but I think we have done that game on Monday night.
I mean, we've had a lot of these situations where games have just been rained out on Fridays, and we played on Monday nights. And I think we did a Black Friday on a Monday night one year. I think you're right about that.
So second down and 10. Hager did not get back to that. Well, he did get back to the original line of scrimmage. Here's a quarterback keeper. That's a first down across the 50. And down to the 40-yard line of Stuart Cramer goes Robs. And that'll be a definite first down. So after the big first down for the Green Wave, they'll keep it again on the quarterback keeper. Robs looks like he might have got another first down, a full 10-yard run. So he's starting to really feel it here in this third quarter, as we've got 2:15 left in this quarter on your Hendrick Appliance scoreboard. Yes, the Green Wave are full control here tonight, 32-0.
Community School of Davidson 57, Mountain Island Charter nothing.
Well, we got a penalty flag after the touchdown run there. That one's probably going to come back on the hold. On that run was Terrell Hager, but I'm sure that's going to come back.
Mountain Island Charter really is the newest football playing school. You would think Stuart Cramer was the newest football playing school in Gaston County, but in fact it's Mountain Island Charter, the newest football playing school in Gaston County. That is where Robert Washington Sr. recently took over the head coaching duties for the, I think it's the Dragons, might be their mascot. They're over just east of Mount Holly, near North Carolina 16.
So after the hold, they'll go to the handoff again, and that's a nice looking run over there on the Green Wave sideline. That's Hager again. He's really looking good in this third quarter, is Hager. That'll take the football all the way back about the 24-yard line of Stuart Cramer, where it'll be second down and much more manageable now at second and about 4 for Ashbrook, as they really look to, I would have to say, throw out the knockout punch here on this drive. Hager on the handoff, not much. Good tackle there by Stuart Cramer.
Yeah, but really you felt like this thing was over a long time ago just because of the lack of offense Stuart Cramer was able to muster.
Well, we hung around 6-0 for a little while, and even at 6-0, Stuart Cramer was not able to show any glimpse of any type of positive offense. You know, their defense was able to get some stops, mistakes made by the Green Wave, but once the second touchdown came, it kind of kept pouring it on. And they look to continue that here on a third down, and we've got a penalty flag. I think the Green Wave are just getting a little too antsy right now. Everybody's wanting to put a play in motion. Actually, we got a timeout because I guess that play clock was coming down. So timeout here from Stuart Cramer. We'll take a quick break as well. It is 32-0, all Green Wave. We'll be right back.
Detail Telecommunications has moved, but not far, just around the corner to 335 East 2nd Avenue in Gastonia. It's bigger and it's better. Better to serve you with your telecommunication needs. Look for their open house coming soon, plus a brand new showroom so you can see everything they offer, from camera systems to a phone system upgrade. Their technicians are professionals and are focused on customer service. Call Detail at 704-867-4507 for more information, or visit the website at detailtel.com.
Game's extension now, right?
All right, out of the timeout, green wave now, ready to go on this third down.
Yeah, the one you called last week. Yeah, because I called last night. Bounce back.
Here's Robs on the handoff, and not going to go for much, and I think it fumbled, and Stuart Cramer got it. Stuart Cramer says they've got it, and they do on the fumble. So turnover by the Green Wave, and Stuart Cramer gets it right back. 28 seconds to go in this third quarter, and Stuart Cramer recovers a fumbled football. Hannibal on the fumble.
28 seconds.
So Stuart Cramer able to get it. And now they'll go back on offense with another new quarterback. Austin Cray back there in the shotgun now for Stuart Cramer. Low snap, they'll hand off. That handoff is going to go to Corey Stowe, and we got another flag on the field.
You know, Cray played some last year for this team, along with Rockamore. I don't remember about Oxendine, but certainly Cray played last year with them. And he will take over now to see if he can give Coach Ben McMillan any kind of optimism as far as somebody who can get the offense going in the coming weeks, because it's only going to get tougher with their schedule. This being only the first conference game, you know, and this is a 2A school, so they're fighting with Lake Norman Charter and Hunter Huss for two of the bids, two 2A bids from this league, 3 teams, so 2 of them are going to get in, no matter what their record is. And it'll be overall record will get you in, not necessarily your conference record. So, if you look at that, Stuart Cramer, right now has the edge on Huss. Huss has just got 1 win. Cramer's got 3. Lake Norman Charter has got 2 wins coming into tonight. So Stuart Cramer only needs a couple wins. They got their 5 wins. They could get a 2A playoff bid this year.
That is true. So that's the end of the third quarter on that play right there. 32-0. Ashbrook on top as we go to the 4th and final quarter. We'll take a quick break. This is high school football right here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
The 91st Annual Cleveland County Fair returns October 1st through the 11th at the Cleveland County Fairgrounds. Special fair days include Fair Appreciation Day October 1st, Armband Day October 3rd and 10th, Half Price Sunday on October 4th and 11th, plus Dollar Day Monday and $10 Tuesday, and Faith and Family Night. And the Demolition Derby returns October 3rd and 10th. Don't miss it, the 91st Annual Cleveland County Fair, October 1st through the 11th at the Cleveland County Fairgrounds. AirQuest Home Comfort Systems provide high-energy comfort for your home. Full Service Mechanical carries the complete line of AirQuest systems for your home cooling and heating needs. We know it's hot outside, and the last thing you want is for it to be hot inside too. If your air conditioning is not working, call Full Service Mechanical 704-259-5040. And if they can't fix it, you don't pay. Contact Full Service Mechanical Heat and Air today for quality and reliability that you can trust. Or visit the website at fsmheatandair.com.
Watch and listen to Highland Tech Rams Sports.
That's why I'm laughing, Luke. 3 touchdowns.
4th quarter here from Stuart Cramer. We're ready to go. And Stuart Cramer has it on 2nd down and 17 as we switch ends. They trail 32-0 on your Hendrick Appliance scoreboard.
Screen pass.
Yeah, Cray, nice completion and staying on his feet, almost a touchdown. Might have been the second longest gain tonight. I think that went to Corey Stowe.
Original line of scrimmage or just their pass. That play seemed to work for whatever reason. Maybe put that one in your hip pocket and think, okay, well that's one that worked. We'll use that one again sometime.
Actually, that line of scrimmage I was looking at was the original line of scrimmage, so it's actually 3rd down and 9. Uh-oh, low snap, ball in the turf, and having to cover it up is Cray.
Just as soon as they go forward, they go backwards, and that's why they've been hovering around, positive yardage versus negative total yardage tonight is plays just like that, Daniel, where an ebb and flow. In comes the tide, out goes the tide.
So they will punt it away. Here's the snap, decent snap. Their punting game has been okay tonight. Here's a decent punt that'll bounce across midfield, picked up, and now returned. Wow, a whole lot of skipping and moving over there, and the Ashbrook sideline is going nuts.
They're going crazy over there.
The green wave, there's a late flag because there's just so much talk down there. Ashbrook, I guess this may go against Ashbrook. They're just down there doing a lot of jawing after that showboating return.
Well, Cramer's the new kid on the block. They want some respect, and I can understand that if they're, the ones leading the jawing going on down there. But I'm sure Ashbrook's doing his fair share as well. Ashbrook is looking for some respect too, I think, in many degrees. And this is a team that won a state championship, if you remember. A lot of people don't remember that because it has been such a long time. But this was a team that was a powerhouse. This is the team that was mentioned in the same breath with the South Points. Forest View kind of overshot them a little bit as a relative newcomer in Gaston County and took a little luster off the Ashbrook program. And, of course, Huss has had his moments, too, since Ashbrook won its state championship.
Well, Ashbrook here will go on offense, and there's a handoff. That goes to McConaughey. $32-0. The Green Wave going to get their first conference win tonight. Shotgun, and we've got an official timeout. They're going to try to maybe, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if that was an equipment check or what. But the Green Wave ready to snap it. Quarterback keeper, nice run there on the quarterback keeper. That is a new quarterback in there, by the way. Hayden Well. So Hayden Well and that quarterback keeper bring up a 3rd and 4 for Ashbrook. So Well on the snap. He'll hand it off. Well looks pretty comfortable back there at quarterback. I think that went to McConaughey again. Bring up a 4th and short. Green Wave look like they'll go for it.
Ronaldo Auto Mall postgame show follows our broadcast tonight. Wrapping up what scores we have, which won't be a lot, but certainly those guys have plenty to talk about, I'm sure. They are never without anything to talk about on a Friday night, the whole crew back at Network headquarters in Cherryville.
Tough break there. Ashbrook's was able to draw off Stuart Cramer on that offside, so that'll be an automatic first down after the 5-yard penalty. Snap. Handoff again to McConaughey.
Next week, East Lincoln at Lincolnton, WLON AM 1050. Newton Conover at Maiden, right here at KTCBroadcasting.com. North Gaston at Ashbrook, right here at KTCBroadcasting.com, our Gaston County game of the week. East Burke at Shelby, WOHS, radio AM dial. East Rutherford at Burns, KTCBroadcasting.com. Chase at Crest, KTCBroadcasting.com. Begins with the Witherspoon Insurance pregame show. Wraps up each week, as always, with the Ronaldo Auto Mall postgame show.
So, McConaughey again on the run. Clock really
moving slow here in this fourth quarter. It's really moved slow the whole second half, as a matter of fact. I mean, we're looking at almost 10 o'clock already in what has been a slow-moving game.
Quarterback keeper and a nice run for a first down. That was a fake handoff on the quarterback keeper. Not bad looking second-string quarterback for the Green Wave. Move the chains and respot for a whole new set of downs.
College football this weekend. North Carolina takes on the Delaware Blue Hen. Georgia Tech at Duke. Pro Football Sunday, Saints at Panthers, Denver at Detroit in the nightcap. Monday night, Kansas City at Green Bay. That is your NFL and college football the next 3 days here at KTCBroadcasting.com, and also our sister stations, WLON, WCSL, WOHS.
I'll tell you what, if you're the Panthers, you can really throw a knockout blow to the Saints on Sunday.
You could set them behind a little bit in the division race. Drew Brees ruled out for Sunday.
There's a handoff again. This has been a drive of a good dose of McConaughey. I think Coach Greg Hill has just gone into this mode of run the clock and get out of here with a win. Keep everybody healthy and do anything too crazy here at the end of this one when you got this kind of lead, and just call it a night and go into the weekend.
What would I say about the notoriously slow starting Panthers if they get off to a 3-0 start? Would it make you feel better about their postseason chances and the division chances?
No, when you go back and you look at their schedule, they really have a favorable schedule.
It's not. It looks more favorable today than it did before the season began, and it's usually always that way. It's, it never is what you think it is because you don't ever know how things are going to turn out. I mean, who thought that a lot of teams that are 0-2 are 0-2 right now?
Mm-hmm. So quarterback keeper again, staying in bounds, getting some good yardage. He'll bring up a fourth down, though.
I mean, isn't Seattle 0-2?
0-2, they are, yeah.
They traded for Jimmy Graham, and they're 0-2.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anything about him.
Well, it's because he's been very quiet. I mean, they're not getting the ball to Jimmy Graham, which, maybe the Saints did have the last laugh on that trade. Traded for Max Unger, a center, and gave up Jimmy Graham, a guy that nobody in the division, nobody in the league could cover. Certainly Carolina never matched up with him very well.
Yeah, I just didn't get that trade.
You thought that was the piece that put Seattle back in the Super Bowl for a win this time.
Look at that first down run, and they'll just get to move the chains again and keep that clock running.
If you don't want to run Marshawn Lynch on the goal line, then dadgummit, throw it to Jimmy Graham on the goal line in the Super Bowl. I don't think we would have questioned Pete Carroll's call if he'd had Jimmy Graham being thrown to on the goal line. If you're not going to run Marshawn Lynch.
Here's a handoff to McConaughey. He's going to try to turn that corner. Does he get around? He does, and he gets a score. Touchdown, Ashbrook. 38-0 on that touchdown right there on your Hendrick Appliance scoreboard. Ashbrook on top of Stuart Cramer.
Still won't be quite enough to run the clock out in tonight's game.
There's the extra point, and it's good. 39-0. Green Wave on top. 4:48 to go in this one. We'll take another quick break. We'll come back. This is the Gaston County Game of the Week right here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Sports on KTCBroadcasting.com and WCSL 1590am.com.
The new Coyote 3510 tractor is now in stock at Weston Sales in Vale. It's what you've been waiting for. A 34 horsepower Coyote tractor for only $17,900. And now you can take $2,500 off all Coyote DK Series tractors. Plus get a free loader on all Coyote CK Series tractors. And buy a new Coyote UTV and get 0% financing. Come on in now for all the details at Weston Sales, 110 North Highway 18 in Vale. Online at westonsales.com.
All right, so here is Ashbrook after the touchdown, 39-0. They're ready to kick off to Stuart Cramer.
Yeah, see right here, when you do the punts, just pipe them in to the side of the box. Okay. Phil added that a couple years ago, too. I forgot how to do it. Just pipe that across there.
So here's the kickoff, and it's going to be returned by Corey Stowe across the 10. And he's gobbled up around the 18-yard line. I'm sorry, the 11-yard line, 12, 13, 13-yard line, it looks like.
And I think you'll like this thing. Yeah, I'll mess with it before Monday. Yeah, and you can color code it, go up here and put your colors in on your 15.
So will Stuart Cramer lay the goose egg tonight? They got 4:42 to figure it out as they take over on offense here.
Butternese, number 3. Dude, he got depleted so hard. Fullback coming out of the backfield. He was horizontal about 3 spots. Yes, it does.
So a penalty flag, it looks like, against Stuart Cramer.
Who's 56, Mighty? Is that the kid that had the pulled hamstring?
No, he didn't have a pulled hamstring. He had a pulled groin. He was out for the first.
Is that a Sam out there on this?
So Cray still in there at quarterback. He'll hand off. There's a nice looking run. Stuart Cramer bring up second down. So where does Stuart Cramer go from here? Who do they got next week?
Forest View. At Forest View on Monday night, and Ashbrook will be hosting North Gaston, who will be playing Monday night against Huss for homecoming in Dallas. So a short week for Ashbrook's opponent, a short week for Stuart Cramer's opponent in Forest View. Although those things really don't seem to have really affected teams the following Friday nights, in my opinion, in all these years that we've had these Monday, Friday kind of back-to-back kind of things, not double headers, but 2 weeks in one game. 2 games in 1 week, excuse me.
Well, we'll go ahead and take a look at our Players of the Game Award. Our Offensive Player of the Game tonight is going to be brought to you by Parker Farm Services in Kings Mountain, and I think I've got to give it tonight to Christian Bell.
Yeah. He had 4 one-yard touchdowns. 1 in the first, second, and third quarters of the game tonight.
So Christian Bell for Ashbrook is your Parker Farm Services, a Kings Mountain Offensive Player of the Game and Defensive Player of the Game, brought to you by West End Sales. As we watch this play here, and there's a fumble, and it's going to go out of bounds, yeah. So that'll stay with Stuart Cramer. But defensively, brought to you by West End Sales of Vail tonight. If we take a look at the defensive effort tonight for Stuart Cramer, you know who I want to give it to is Adam Hannibal, 71. And Adam Hannibal, 5'9", 225-pound sophomore. He actually was the one who caused a fumble tonight as well that Stuart Cramer was able to recover. So congratulations to those 2 player of the games tonight right here on KTCBroadcasting.com, Gaston County Game of the Week. Here's a punt. This punter has done a good job tonight. And here's going to be a return by Isaiah Wright. We have a flag on the play as Wright scampers almost out of bounds as another late flag comes in. I mean, what is these flags going on the sideline over here? Clock down to 2:49. And you'd have to imagine from here on out, the Greenies would just go ahead and probably call it a night. So the Green Wave will take that penalty, and that'll back them up.
Got a block in the back. We've not seen many of those this year, Daniel, have we? Did the kids finally get the memo on that on that penalty?
Maybe if somebody's in his pocket.
2:49 left in this one. 39-0.
Shelby 34, Kings Mountain 20.
Shelby 34, Kings Mountain 20. Is that a final? Not a final yet. Still going on.
So here's a breakaway run by Ashbrook. That was a nice looking run out there by number 23, Hager.
41 yard, not 40. Go back it up a little bit to the 45-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for the Green Wave. All right, Dylan's down.
So first and 10 for the Green Wave.
Just 70. Bell with the carry tackle on a play by number 70, Dylan Rue. No gain on the carry ball. Thank you. It'll be second 10 for the Green Wave.
So here we go. As Ashbrook's kind of in this stall mode, clock runs under 2 minutes.
Yeah, they can take their time now. Run this clock out. Get out of here with a W.
West Corey Stowe in there to assist number 70, Dylan Rubin, 22, Robert Truesdale.
Corey Stowe in on the tackle. He's had a pretty good night defensively for the Storm.
Yeah, he has.
Look who just went to the game.
Are you serious?
Caleb.
They're putting him in.
That's awesome.
So the Green Wave are in no hurry on this third down. Misty out there, quarterback keeper. And clock at 54 seconds. That'll bring up fourth down.
Tackled on a play by number 15, Caleb Setzer. Also there to assist number 75, Carson Hughes. That's going to bring up a fourth down.
That'll bring up that fourth down.
For the Green Wave.
That's going to end it, I'm pretty sure. They're going to let it wind down to 25 probably. Oh, no, they let it go at 28. Why would he do that?
And so a turnover on downs to Stuart Cramer. And they'll close this thing out.
Number 77, Tyson Fortenberry. Back deep for the Storm, number 11, Isaiah Faust, and 21, Corey Stowe.
So they're letting it go down to the end here. What happened?
2.9 seconds. Maybe they could not. They took a penalty. That's what they did. They took a penalty.
2.9.
And so now you just can't knee you can't just knee it here. You know that, right? So here's the punt. And it's blocked. It's blocked.
Oh, boy, this ball is live. Is somebody going to pick it up, a big lineman?
Nope, I don't think so. And that's the ball game on a blocked punt. That got a little exciting, didn't it?
Yeah, most exciting thing we've had in about 3 hours today.
Stuart Cramer could have returned that one for a touchdown. So that will do it here from Stuart Cramer. You see it right there. There's the score, 39-0. Right here from Stuart Cramer High School. So we'll go ahead and sign off and send you into the weekend. For myself, Dan Howell, good friend and partner Derek Smith, our cameraman Carson Dockery, your final 39-0 on your Hendrick Appliance scoreboard. Right here at Gaston County Game of the Week, brought to you by brought to you tonight by all of our sponsors. But 39-0 Ashbrook winners. They go 1-0 now in conference play. We'll see you next Friday night for our Gaston County Game of the Week. Good night, everyone. Have a dry weekend, a safe weekend, and we will see you very, very soon. Good night, everybody.
Have a good night. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see you. Hey, thanks for the dinner.